You wake up, you stumble to the bathroom, you reach for the toilet paper. Now imagine instead of toilet paper, there's a wet sponge on a stick floating in a bucket of cold water, and you know for a fact your neighbor used it 20 minutes ago. And the guy before him, and the guy before him. That was Tuesday in ancient Rome. I'm Dr. Sardonicus. Welcome to the Midnight Meme Historian. Today we're doing something disgusting. We're counting down the 111 dumbest hygiene practices humans ever cooked up. And no, I'm not gonna say 111 like a podcast narrator reading a grocery list. I'm gonna make you regret being born with a nose. We're talking about rich women who trapped mice and glued their fur to their foreheads because their faces weren't rotting fast enough. We're talking about a job title, so humiliating that men literally fought wars to get at the guy whose only job was wiping the king's butt. We're talking about drinking radioactive water until your jaw fell off your face and landed on the breakfast table. You think your life is hard. You've never had to fish a metal ball out of your own vomit so your grandkids could use it. Hit the like button if you've ever done something stupid for beauty. I'll wait, and the first I'm judging you. Let's start with the mice. Number 1. 18th century. You're a wealthy lady. You've been painting your face with lead for years because pale skin means power. But the lead is eating your skin. Your eyebrows are gone. Your hair is falling out. A normal person would stop. But you're rich, so you double down. You set a mouse trap. You catch a rodent, you skin it. You cut the fur into little eyebrow shapes, and you glue it to your forehead with tree sap. It looked great, until summer, when the heat melted the sap. And your eyebrows started sliding down your face while smelling like a dead rat left in a hot car. That's not a beauty trend. That's a biohazard. Type 1. If you'd rather be bald than smell like a decomposing vermin. Number 2. England. The monarchy. The most coveted job in the kingdom wasn't treasurer, it wasn't general, it was the groom of the stool. This guy's job description: follow the king around with a portable velvet toilet. When the king finishes, you wipe. That's it. That's the job. Now you're thinking, that sounds like the worst job in history. No, it was the best, because you're the only person in the room when the king is at his most vulnerable. You get all the secrets, you get all the power. You're basically the chief of staff, except instead of emails, you handle feces. People fought for this job. They schemed. They backstabbed. They'd sell their own mothers for the privilege of wiping royal ass. If Jeff Bezos offered you $1 billion to wipe his butt and listen to his meetings, you'd ask him what brand of wet wipes he prefers. Don't lie. Number 3. Ancient Rome. They discovered ammonia cleans stains. Good. Where did they get ammonia? Human urine. Specifically imported human urine. They thought the pee from Portugal was stronger. So they shipped barrels of stranger piss across the ocean so rich Romans could gargle it every morning. Imagine that first date. You lean in to whisper something romantic. Your breath smells like a truck stop bathroom in August. But hey, your teeth are white. Congratulations. You have the whitest teeth in the empire and the worst breath in human history. You're a walking war crime against noses. Number 4. 1920s. Women were told the secret to a happy marriage was smelling fresh down there. And the product they sold? Lysol. The same chemical used to scrub slaughterhouse floors and kill cockroaches. Women were pouring industrial poison into their most sensitive areas because a magazine ad told them their husband would leave otherwise. The burns, the poisonings, the infections. Decades of silent suffering because corporations figured out they could sell floor cleaner as feminine hygiene. This is why you don't trust a company that also makes bug spray. They don't care about you. They care about your wallet and your willingness to hurt yourself for a man who can't find the clitoris with a map and a flashlight. Number 5. Colonial America. No toilet paper. You finish your business in the outhouse. You look to your left. There's a basket of dried corn cobs. You grab a hard, scratchy vegetable skeleton. You scrape. You pray the previous user didn't have diarrhea. You cry a little. That's not roughing it. That's a war crime against your own asshole. If you ever complain about single-ply toilet paper again, I want you to picture a corn cob with yesterday's corn still stuck to it. Number 6. Victorian England. You want to be thin. You could exercise, you could eat less. Or you could swallow a live tapeworm. They sold pills containing tapeworm cysts. You swallow it. It hatches in your stomach. It grows to 30 feet inside your intestines. It eats your food so you don't gain weight. It worked. You got skinny. You also got malnutrition, constant nausea, and eventually you had to dangle a bowl of milk in front of your face to lure the worm out of your throat. There is no weight loss plan worth dangling dairy in front of your mouth to attract a sentient noodle. Number 7. Queen Elizabeth I, the ultimate beauty icon. She wanted that ghostly white skin. So she painted her face with a thick paste of white lead and vinegar. It covered her smallpox scars. It also slowly poisoned her blood, rotted her skin, and made her hair fall out. So she put more on to cover the rot. By the end of her life, she had inches of toxic lead caked on her face. She looked like a porcelain doll. But underneath, she was actively decaying while still breathing. That's not makeup. That's a death mask you're still wearing. Number 8. London, 1858, summer, hot. The River Thames is a toilet. Millions of people dump their shit into it every day. The heat wave hits. The river cooks. The stench is so powerful it physically sickens people miles away. The British Parliament soaks their curtains in bleach just to breathe during meetings. It doesn't work. They flee the building. They literally abandon their jobs because the city smells like a corpse that ate another corpse. They finally build sewers, not because of disease, not because of morality, because they couldn't stop gagging. Democracy works, I guess. Number 9. Early 1900s. Everyone thinks radiation is a miracle. A wealthy socialite named Eben Byers drinks a radioactive tonic called Radither every day. He brags about how great he feels. He drinks over 1,000 bottles. The radium builds up in his bones, and then his jaw falls off. Not metaphorically. His lower jaw literally disintegrates and drops off his face. He dies in agony. They bury him in a lead-lined coffin that's still radioactive today. If anyone ever tries to sell you energized water, remind them about the guy whose face fell off. Number 10. Doctors prescribe a heavy metal ball called an antimony pill. You swallow it. It makes you violently vomit. That's the cure, purging. But the pill is expensive. So after you vomit it up, you fish it out of your own puke, wash it off, and put it back on the shelf for the next family member to use. Generations. The same metal ball, swallowed, puked up, reused. Grandpa didn't leave you a watch. He left you a vomit rock. Number 11. Victorian fashion. Green dresses, everyone wants one. The dye, made with massive amounts of arsenic. Women wear these dresses to parties. The fabric releases toxic dust. They get skin ulcers. They vomit blood. They keep wearing it because it's pretty. The dressmakers suffer even worse. Their hands rot from handling the poison fabric daily. These dresses literally killed the people wearing them and the people making them. That's not dress to kill. That's a murder weapon you pay for. Number 12. 1700s. Someone drowns. Doctors think tobacco smoke is a magical stimulant. So they insert a tube into the drowning victim's rectum and blow tobacco smoke into their intestines. It didn't work. It just gave a dead person a cigarette shoved up their ass. If you ever complain about modern medicine, remember that 300 years ago they were blowing smoke into corpses' butts and calling it treatment. So what's the point of all this? Humans are idiots. We've always been idiots. We've always prioritized looking rich over staying alive. We've always chosen the disgusting shortcut over the boring solution. We've always trusted the guy selling the product over the guy holding the biology textbook. The difference? They didn't have the internet to record their stupidity. We do. And we're still making the same mistakes. Just look at TikTok. If you enjoyed watching me tear history a new one, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't contain arsenic. And it won't make your jaw fall off. Probably. Check the merch below. We've got shirts that say groom of the stool with a crown and a toilet brush. Because if you're gonna be offended, you might as well look good while your ancestors roll in their graves. I'm Dr. Sardonicus. Don't gargle pee, don't glue mice to your face. And for the love of God, don't swallow the tapeworm. Now get out. I can smell your ancestors from here.